Throughout my career, I've taken part in many different interviews, and I've sat on both sides of the desk, being the one interviewed, but also doing the interviewing. I've seen some really good interviews, but yet I've seen some interviews that are really bad. And the one thing that stands out to me is how a candidate can look so good on a resume, but yet when it comes time to deliver, they don't execute. So what I'm gonna do in today's video is I'm gonna talk about 5 tips on how you can ace your next interview. And if you are new to my channel, my name is Pacheco, and thank you very much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button as I'll continue to put out content every single week, and I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get into it. The first tip is to do your research. It goes without saying that you should do everything you possibly can to do your research on a company. Doing your research and really utilizing all the social media platforms that are out there can really help you dive deep into a company, understanding a little bit more about them and really understanding what they're trying to accomplish and their company goals. Tip number 2 that follows up tip number 1 is know who you're meeting with. Before you go into an interview process, do your research and know who you're meeting with. The reason I like LinkedIn so much as an excellent resource is because it allows you to go in and view the profile of the person that you're meeting with. It allows you to see their accomplishments. It allows you to see the other companies that they worked at or maybe what school they've gone to. But it really gets you an opportunity to dive deeper into that individual so you can know them a little bit better. It's also another way for you to bring some of the things that you may have learned up in the conversation when you guys meet and sit down in the interview process. The third tip in acing the interview process is to be yourself. Really show your personality to the interviewer. The interviewer knows that you're capable of doing the job based on your skills and your accomplishments. They have your resume, they can see your accomplishments. Inject some of the things that are written down on the resume, some of the accomplishments, and really let that shine towards the interviewer. If an interviewer asks you about your hobbies outside of work, it's totally okay to open up and share some of the hobbies and things you like to do. In fact, this is a great way for you to interject your personality, but keep it semi-professional. It's okay to talk about hiking on the weekends on a Saturday. What's not okay is talking about you don't like to go to work on Monday because you're hungover from Sunday. Let's go ahead and leave that out of it. Tip number 4 on how to ace the interview process is don't wait until the end to ask questions. Remember, during the interview process, you should be engaged in the discussion. So naturally, as topics come up, you should make sure that you're prepared to ask questions. Working in your well thought out questions throughout the interview process will create a great flow, it'll create great conversation, and it'll allow both sides of the table to feel relaxed. Typically, there's a question and answering period at the end of every interview process, but save that time for any remaining or unanswered questions that you would like answered. The last tip in the interview process on how you're going to ace the interview, how you close, leaving a lasting impression. And I'm gonna go over a few things. So you've made it towards the end of the interview. Congrats, you're almost there. Now it's time to get real serious. You need to end on a high note and leave a great lasting impression for the interviewer. You want them to go home with no doubt whatsoever that you are the best candidate for this job based on your skills, based on your passion, and based on your personality. First thing is first, don't panic. Typically, this is where people seem to crack under pressure, but this is where you don't panic. This is your last chance to absolutely blow the interviewer's mind away by asking some savvy questions like this. I noticed that whatever company name is a local competitor of yours. How do you outsell them? Or you may ask, are there any other aspects of the business that I might be able to get involved in? Another question you might be able to ask, how do you as a business nurture a great team environment? Ask questions that show you've done your research, that show that you've been listening throughout the interview process, and that show that you genuinely are interested in the role. So make sure you have something good to say. Mumbling, thanks, that's about everything. That won't cut it. That won't leave a lasting impression. It's so blah. Make sure you ask the right question. Don't leave yourself set up for disappointment. The next thing you want to do is you want to confront any issues. After you've asked the right questions and you impress the interviewer, now it's time for the close. This is where you need to ask that one important question that could seal the deal for you. And the question is, do you have any concerns about my ability to do the role? I know it's scary, right? A little bit counterintuitive. Now, the best case scenario, they'll say nothing and that you're perfect, and then you can be confident and feel safe and secure that you landed the job. But if they do bring up some concerns, you need to be prepared and ready to destroy those concerns. You need to confront these concerns head on, focusing on your ability and your passion of learning new skills quickly. Sell yourself. Sell yourself and use this opportunity to show them why they should hire you and why you're the best candidate for the job. And finally, you want to finish with a great closing statement. You want to have the last word. You want to leave a lasting impression on the interviewer so he's going to remember you. You don't want to be too salesy, and you don't want to come across by saying something like, when can I start? But what you do want to do is say something like this. Thanks for meeting with me today. It's been great chatting with you about the role, and it really does seem exactly like what I'm looking for, especially with my experience in X, Y, and Z. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Remember, just be yourself, be passionate, be polite, be humble, be positive, and remember to ask a ton of questions. Remember to close. And remember, you are the right person for the job. Be confident. Good luck. That's all I had for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a positive comment below. Also subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll continue to put out more videos for you guys in the future.